What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the grind. Today we are jumping back into LA Noire. I believe this is part 6. And there is a weird accident right outside the police office. She's claiming that someone tried to murder her, which based on the cutscene that we'll see before the mission, looks like it. Alright, you guys can't hear the theme music, but it's pretty good. Resume. I need to turn the brightness up some more if I can. I noticed in the last stream it's a little low. The Fallen Idol.
Phelps, Bukowski, you have a new case. 2 women, possible drink drive.
How is that a case?
The broad says she was doped and that somebody tried to kill her.
Where did this take place?
Doped?
That's the bit you're gonna love. Right across the street.
What?
A Chevy
Let's get over
Skyline
there.
took a nosedive off the escarpment, fetched up underneath a Cola King billboard. Up to it, boys. We got bad guys to catch.
Up to it, boys.
Ordner says it's going to take at least a week to get an ID.
See you later, fellas.
Scrub.
Try not to work
Chevy
too hard.
Skyline. Crash
Look at
site
you bantering with
relocation.
the boys. Brings a tear to my eye. Watching my caterpillar grow wings.
I'm just trying to fit in.
Educated, hardworking, straight as an arrow. I hate to break it to you, Cole, but you'll never fit in at Central.
Secretly, he didn't know that we didn't want Sergeant. Hey, mister.
You're a real asshole. You know that?
That's the guy. I heard he's an honest cop. Now that's an oxymoron for you.
Do you want to walk over there, or should well, let's just drive?
105 North Avenue.
Watch it!
Stop just ahead.
They're gonna crane that thing up.
Her face looks familiar.
Well, that's June Ballard, Tarzan's sister, beast of the Amazon. She's married to Guy McAfee. The captain has moved to Vegas now, but the two of them still have juice. Phelps, traffic.
Detective Phelps. Hey. Bukowski, long time no see.
You could have called this in by megaphone, Enrique. Phelps, this is Enrique Gonzalez. Enrique was a pretty decent middleweight. What do we have, Gonzalez?
Broad drives right through the empty lot and off the side of the escarpment. Her story is that a movie producer doped her and her friend and sent the car over the cliff.
Was anyone hurt?
Driver's beat up. Not too bad considering.
Why
If
would
she
they
hadn't hit
want?
that billboard, you'd be scraping both of them off the pavement. Passengers are Jessica Hamilton. She's just a kid. She's pretty knocked around.
Kid gonna be all right?
I think so. They've taken her to central receiving. You want to take a look around? Stall the ambulance.
Thanks. Do that.
One more thing. Watch out for the driver. She cuts rough.
What does that mean?
If you're looking for the coroner, he's down by the crash site.
I'm at a loss.
This is a big scene, Phelps. We need to get our bearings. Let's go see the coroner.
Just checking out the view before we get into
You'll want to see
something
this,
real.
Phelps. There, laid out on the trunk. And that isn't even the best part.
Ooh la la.
They've been torn off. Where did you find them?
They were stuffed in the young lady's handbag. I'll run a trace for semen when I get back to the lab.
Dear Jesse, please, please, dear, come home. If you're worried about your father, don't be. All is forgiven. He has a hot temper and he can be very proud, but you're
She's
still
a long
his
way from home.
but you're still his little girl and he loves you. I know he didn't mean those things he said. You're a good, decent girl, dear, and you're not made for Hollywood. I was 15 once myself. I wanted to be just like Claire Bow and wear lovely dresses and kiss handsome men. But once I grew up and married your father, I realized I would never be happy in that life. You'll realize it one way too. I'm sure Aunt Jackie's looking after you, but I can't tell. But I can't help worrying. You know what your old mother likes. The world is a very dangerous place for young girls, especially ones with stars in their eyes. Stars are nice to look at, but sometimes they can blind you to what's right in front of your nose. Emma and Molly miss you awfully. Emma's getting so pretty now, and little Molly is bright as a button, just like you were at her age. They need their big sister to look out for them. Dear, dear Jesse, please come back. I'm frightened for you. I can't help feeling something terrible is going to happen. I cry for you every night. Your loving mother, Camille Hamilton. That was reading brought to you by me. Alright, so she must have came out here on a whim. Pretty popular, I guess.
Drunk driver?
Maybe not.
How so?
Well, a head I found without a body piqued my interest. See what you think.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. Is it real?
No. I think it's supposed to be a replica of an Indian shrunken head. It's some kind of curio or movie prop. See the casting marks?
What's it made from?
Plaster of Paris would be my first guess, then painted.
So we can rule out the murder angle?
No, you can rule that in. That thing was wedging the accelerator to the floor. Whoever did it wanted these women dead.
How does someone manage to tip their ride straight off a cliff? And if the driver's in a fit state, we should ask.
Why is there
Looks like they're lucky they weren't more badly injured.
Must have
probably
been
hit her head.
unconscious. Being relaxed tends to lessen the soft tissue damage.
What about the Then we got clues on the ground. What about the broken glass, though? Did she, like, go through it?
Just when I think I've seen it all.
Alright, they like to hide clues everywhere, so let's just make sure no one got out of the car and hid any drugs or anything. That's what I would have done.
If you don't mind, I'm about done here, Detective, and I have other cases to deal with.
I don't really know too much, Detective. Maybe ask the
Never
coroner.
the same, are they?
I'm stumped. Ideas?
How does someone manage to tip their ride straight off a cliff? If the driver's in a fit state, we should ask.
Continue the response, please.
Coroner's name? Oh. Oh, she's still
How
here.
does someone manage to tip their ride straight off a cliff?
I thought, oh, over
If the
here.
driver's in a fit state, we should ask.
Right over here. My bad. I thought we had to drive to the hospital.
How bad is it? Come on, you can tell me.
Mrs. McAfee, we would like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
I prefer to use my maiden name, June Ballard. You might be familiar with some of my work.
Can you tell us what happened here?
You're kind of cute for a cop. Maybe a bit on the serious side.
What about me, June? I'm a big fan of Beast
You?
of...
I don't like. Keep out of this.
What can you tell us about the passenger in your car?
Jessica Hamilton. Poor Jessica. It's been a rough day for her. She's desperate to break into movies. What more can I say?
That's...
How old is Jessica, Mrs. Ballard?
I couldn't say how old Jessica is. Old enough, sweetheart, as the saying goes.
Ew.
We understand that you're still suffering from the effects of the accident, Mrs. McAfee. The officer says that you claimed that you were drugged. Who did this to you?
That rat slipped us a Mickey Finn.
A Mickey fan.
It's no wonder I feel so dopey. I can't remember.
I don't believe you, Mrs. McAfee. The story's too far-fetched. I think you were drunk and lost control of the car.
Well, I suggest you get the results of a blood test first before you go shooting off your mouth.
Oh, not so
Unless
dopey
you
now.
have some other proof.
I don't.
Well, I could drink you under the table any day of the week and still be fine to drive home. Be careful. I'm starting to dislike you.
Oh. Alright, so we're 0 for 2.
We found a shrunken head It was used to tamper with your car.
You see, I normally don't drive off cliffs. The last thing I remember is getting behind the wheel.
It's obviously some kind of movie prop. You must know where it came from.
In case you hadn't noticed, I am the talent. And the talent doesn't deal with props or sets or any of that kind of stuff. Why don't you ask Mark Bishop which prop house he uses?
You mentioned a
Hey, we
Mark
got
Bishop.
one.
You think he might have had something to do with this?
He is a movie producer. As for his involvement, you just leave it to me and my husband to worry about.
No. What the hell does that mean?
I want to know what happened between you two that made him want to commit a double murder.
Bishop offered me a part in his picture. Then he withdrew it. Fact is, we had a deal. I pressed him on it, and this is where I end up.
Mrs. McAfee, I think it would be in everyone's best interest if you accompanied Patrolman Gonzalez back to the receiving hospital.
I'm being taken in?
You could say that.
On what grounds?
On the grounds that you are under the influence of narcotics and that you are withholding information from the police.
My husband is going to want a word with you, Sonny Jim.
That's fine.
I think we're good here. Let's go see what we can shake out of the kid.
I wonder why they want us to take the corners.
K11 King. The contact victim has regained consciousness and central receiving hospital.
11K Roger, en route.
Really quick little car for a corner.
You know, we might get there quicker if you use the siren.
Central Receiving Hospital. 8:16 a.m. Alright, let's check this out. Open air hospital. Oh, I didn't think he was coming in.
Hello, Detective Phelps, here to interview a Jessica Hamilton.
Jessica Hamilton. Oh, yes. She's in the room, right behind you, Detective.
You can't hold me here. No! I don't need to be manhandled by a doctor. I need my lawyer! Hey! Where is the telephone? Do you know who I am?
Welcome to the 40s.
Feeling better since this morning, Jessica?
A little. My head still feels swimmy.
I don't think this is going to help us.
Just looking, they put it there. Jessica Hamilton, 15, Dr. Elias Webley. Head trauma and soft tissue damage sustained in car accident. Residual traces of chloral hydrate in bloodstream. External bruising to genitals and other evidence of criminal abuse.
You're making me uncomfortable. Just standing around here looking at me, not saying anything.
Hold on, girl. Traces of chloral hydrate in bloodstream recently administered. Do not administer further sedatives without express permission. Patient to be held for bed rest and observation. Mystic Tales.
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
Hello, Jessica. My name is Cole Phelps. I'm a policeman. I'd like to talk to you about your accident, if that's okay.
Okay.
Can you tell me what you remember about the crash?
It's all kind of fuzzy. I remember waking up here. Nothing happened yesterday.
Wait, what?
Tell the truth, Jessica. Why the big cover-up?
I'm not lying to you. I'm tired, Detective, and this has been all so awful. Please, please, just leave me alone.
Oh.
We need to get in touch with your parents, Jessica, to tell them what has happened.
Oh, you don't need to worry them. They sent me along to stay with Aunt June. They trust her to take care of me.
Jessica, if you don't want me to call your father, you better tell me what happened.
Please, please don't call Daddy. Why are you being so horrible to me? Can't you see what I've been through?
How did you meet Mr. Bishop?
Well, Junie is a big movie star. You probably know that. She's doing a new movie.
What do you know about Bishop?
He makes movies. I had to do a screen test. That's when you say some lines in front of a camera with the lights turned on you.
I know what happened to you, Jessica. Where exactly did it take place?
Please, it's scary. It's really difficult to think of anything.
Jessica, I really need you to help me here.
I remember the mermaid.
Was the mermaid in the movie too?
No, it was on the front of a building. We pulled up in front of the mermaid.
You should think about going home, Jessica. You're getting
One
mixed
of
up
four.
with people who will treat you like
I
last week's
see.
trash.
Are you crazy? I can't go home. I want to be a star.
You're crazy, girl. Alright, so we got one question,
It's
right?
the tale
Luckily,
of this
gave us a
town,
mermaid.
Cole. Lambs that go willingly to slaughter. Who the hell is that?
Must be her lawyer. He certainly expedited her release.
I don't like it, Cole. Why is she in such a hurry? We should follow her.
Oh, that cock! I think she tried to kill the girl.
Come on.
Caitlin, June Ballard.
Ballard is definitely up to something.
Now would be a bad time to forget how to drive, Cole.
Oh god, why are people just pulling
She
out in
seems
front
to
of
have
me
made a
now?
remarkably speedy recovery.
Jeez Louise. There she turned. Two cars back, just took the left. Health is wealth.
Get in there and see what she's up to.
By her?
baby. No, I don't want him taught a lesson. You know what I want.
Oh, she must be talking to her
Well,
husband.
then make someone else do it. You still know people out here, don't you? Then make some calls. I'm going to be very clear about this. You get this done, or I'm... Wilson's Hotel. Mr. Mark Bishop, that son of a bitch, lives in apartment 803.
Oh.
Sure, I got the film.
So what's the story? I'm guessing she didn't stop for light refreshments.
She made a call. Sounds like Mark Bishop has a heap of trouble headed his way. I've got an address. Wilson's Hotel, apartment 803.
Oh shit, you better step on it.
If he's got any sense, he'll be as far away from home as possible.
If he had any sense, he wouldn't have tried bumping off Guy McAfee's wife in the first place. Or he'd have done the job properly. McAfee will break a fella's legs just for looking at his broad the wrong way.
Watch what you're doing!
What do you make of the kid? Can you believe her story?
I think she's jumped out of her tiny mind and gave her the casting couch. That fucking bitch Valerie sold her out.
So if Ballard was doing someone a favor, why did they try to kill her?
Any unit able to handle citizen reports at 211 Impratus, 437 East 8th Street. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
All units in the vicinity in car 11K, 11 King, a 415 in progress at apartment 803, Wilson's Apartment Hotel, 1220 West 7th Street, Westlake Park. 11K code 3, all other units code 2. KGPL clear.
Alright guys,
Done
we're
it!
almost
Let's get
there.
to the apartment before someone gets hurt.
Oh, why did he stop?
Goddamn maniac!
You the cops? I tried to stop them. It's room 803, left out of the elevator.
Sounds like we're about to make it a hat trick of hysterical female witnesses.
Give it up, LAPD! I'm about to break your goddamn jaw.
Can't remember how to fight.
Shouldn't have tangled with me, friend.
Where can I hit? There we go.
Oh,
Hey,
slinging. I like a nice breeze. I love it when they don't come easy. Are you injured, Mrs. Bishop?
I'm all right now. Those horrible, awful men.
Perhaps you should sit down, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Forgive me, officers. I'm very flushed. I'll just sit down for a moment.
That's perfectly normal, ma'am. Take a moment while we look around.
Yes.
That is a beautiful piano.
Just look at
They have
this
a very nice
mess.
apartment.
Circumstantial.
My controller shook.
I doubt it. Not sure this means much.
Great Wall of Babylon. A replica of a replica.
Ooh, money.
It doesn't appear to be connected. Nope.
Can't open it? Okay. Gay cowboys.
Presented to Mark. What do you have to do to earn $20,000?
Oh, be a gay cowboy.
Don't think this is anything. No good to me. This isn't what we're looking for. This doesn't pertain to the case.
Alright, we did that room. That's the kitchen we did. We did that. We did that. We did all this.
Looks like we found our mermaid. Who are these men in the picture?
My husband, Mark, and Marlon Hopgood. They work together on occasion. That's how
Seems irrelevant.
Those men. I think they work for Guy McAfee. Do you know the name?
No.
Why should I?
June Ballard is married to Guy McAfee. Have you heard of her?
That slut. She's been badgering my husband for days.
Mrs. McAfee alleges that your husband tried to kill her and her friend last night. I think you should tell us what you know.
My husband's a movie producer. This has something to do with his new picture. He doesn't include me in his business.
Oh.
Your husband was using June Ballard in his new movie?
Hardly. Mark feels that June Ballard has limited range and is over the hill.
Yep, messed that one up.
Where can we find your husband, ma'am?
He told me he would be on set. That's all I know.
You are complicit in all of this, Gloria. You know what happens to these poor deluded kids, and you go along with it. I need to find your husband.
Why'd you come to Hollywood, detective? Handsome young man like you might find a little something in the movies. You've never thought about it?
No, I haven't.
Well, then you must be the only person in this burg who hasn't. We're born into temptation, detective. It's character that determines what we do about it.
Why is your husband paying Lorna Hopgood $20,000?
Lorna? Marlon's ex-wife? Are you sure?
You're lying, Mrs. Bishop. It's some kind of payoff. You know exactly what the money is for and who it's getting paid to.
Do I? Would you like to prove that, detective?
Your husband looks like he's being blackmailed. They obviously have something on him if he's prepared to kill to cover it up. Why is the payment going to Hopgood and not McAfee?
Lorna works at a check-cashing place in Hollywood. You need to ask Hopgood why he needs that much money in cash.
Your husband was at a casting yesterday with a young girl?
Not that I know of. He told me he was looking at locations. The picture's been cast.
The girl is named Jessica Hamilton. She was drugged. You should tell me what you know, Mrs. Bishop.
My husband is no saint, detective. He's going to have to atone for his own sins.
Your husband is in trouble. It could go easier for him if you were more helpful, Mrs. Bishop.
He's a big boy, detective, and so are you. This is Hollywood. There's always a deal to be done.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a location on a silver screen prop store.
Just a moment. Silver Screen Props, corner 3rd and Figueroa.
Thanks, ma'am. Advice?
Silver Screen Props is our stop. Let's roll. An aging movie star, a wannabe starlet, a movie producer's wife. We're finally rubbing shoulders with the almost rich and famous.
And from the stories they've given us, clearly none of them can act.
Oh, look at that car.
Mrs. Bishop knows more than she's letting on.
She doesn't seem to realize how much trouble her husband is in. The LAPD are the least of their worries right now.
You'd think she'd have gotten the hint after those hatchet men redecorated her apartment.
Maybe she's just loyal.
Or she's in on it. She didn't seem like your average giddy broad with nothing between the ears.
Or she might just be trying to buy enough time for Bishop to put a couple of oceans between him and McAfee.
Alright guys, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and we'll figure the rest of this out on the next one. Later.